All right, today we are taking a journey to the deepest, most mysterious place on Earth, a part of our own planet that is honestly more alien than worlds light years away. We're talking about the Mariana Trench.
So let's start with this number, 26.1%. That's how much of our own planet's ocean floor we've actually managed to map. Just over a quarter. It's a shockingly small number, especially when you think about what we have mapped.
And here's where it gets kind of wild. We have complete 100% maps of the Moon and Mars. Celestial bodies that are hundreds of thousands, sometimes millions of kilometers away. And yet, right here at home, the vast majority of our own oceans are a total blank spot on the map.
So how did we even discover this incredible place to begin with? Well, the journey into this huge unknown started more than a century ago. And it began with, believe it or not, a simple rope and a whole lot of patience.
Picture this, it's the 1870s, and the crew of the HMS Challenger is sailing the globe. Their high-tech method for measuring depth, dropping a heavy rope over the side. But as they were sailing between Japan and Australia, something weird started happening. The rope just kept going down, 1 kilometer, 2, 5, kilometer after kilometer. Finally, after unreeling nearly 11 kilometers of rope, it hit the bottom. The crew knew right then they'd found something historic, the deepest point on Earth, and they named it the Mariana Trench.
Okay, so let's dive in. Let's imagine we are making that descent ourselves, starting in the one part of the ocean that feels, at least a little bit familiar, the sunlit zone.
This top layer, from the surface down to about 200 meters, gets all the sunlight. It's where photosynthesis happens. It's where most of the marine life we're familiar with lives. But don't let the light fool you. The ocean is hostile from the very beginning.
Even right here near the surface, you are surrounded by danger. You've got the stonefish, a master of camouflage whose venomous spines can kill you with just one touch. You've got the viperfish, with teeth so long they literally curve back toward its own eyes. And yeah, of course, there are sharks. Great whites have been known to tear right through so-called shark-proof cages. A single wrong move up here, and it could be your last.
All right, let's keep going. We're now descending past that 200-meter mark, and we're leaving the world of light completely behind us. We are now entering the twilight and midnight zones. Down here, sunlight fades from just a dim glow to absolute pitch-black nothing. And to survive here, life has had to evolve in some truly bizarre ways.
So, some creatures develop these enormous eyes just to catch the faintest photon of light. Others, in what is just a brilliant evolutionary twist, create their own light, bioluminescence. And many fish practice something called vertical migration, which means they live in the crushing darkness way down here, but they make a long, dangerous journey all the way up to the sunlit zone just to find food.
And it just doesn't get much stranger than the anglerfish. See, in this vast, empty darkness, finding a mate is next to impossible. So nature came up with a unique solution. The tiny male finds a female, he bites into her side, and then releases an enzyme that literally fuses his body to hers. He just becomes a permanent parasitic attachment, providing sperm whenever she's ready. It's a very clever, if not kind of creepy, solution to a very lonely problem.
Okay, we're going deeper. We're now descending past 4,000 meters into the abyss, and then, finally, the Hoddle Zone. It's named after Hades, the underworld, and for good reason. This is an environment more hostile and alien than the vacuum of outer space.
10,994 meters. That's the depth of the Challenger Deep. It's the absolute lowest point in the trench, almost 11 kilometers straight down.
To try and wrap your head around that scale, think of it this way. It's deeper than Mount Everest is tall. In fact, if you could somehow place Mount Everest at the bottom and then stack 2 Burj Khalifas on top of it, you would still have half a kilometer of water above you.
But the depth isn't even the deadliest part. It's the pressure. Right now, you're feeling 1 bar of atmospheric pressure. At the bottom of the trench, it's over 1,000 bars. That's more than 10 times the crushing pressure on the surface of Venus. It would feel like having 50 jumbo jets stacked right on top of you. To survive this, life has become, almost unrecognizable. Most creatures are blind because eyes are totally useless in complete darkness. Many don't even have skeletons. Their bodies are soft and flexible to withstand the insane pressure. And they move incredibly slowly, conserving every last bit of energy in a place where food is practically non-existent. The life here is truly alien, perfectly adapted for an environment that would crush us into nothing in an instant.
So if this place is so fascinating, why don't we explore it more? Well, the simple answer is it's harder than going to space. See, in the vacuum of space, the force is predictable. Pressure is pushing out. But with 1,000 bars of pressure, you have this immense, crushing force coming from every single angle. Any microscopic flaw in a submersible's hull results in an immediate, catastrophic implosion. It's a total engineering nightmare, and it's why funding almost always goes to space, not the deep sea.
But despite all those challenges, a handful of missions have actually made it to the bottom. But the most shocking discovery they made wasn't some terrifying sea monster. Nope, it was something far more disturbing.
No, really, think about it for a second. After the crushing pressure, the total darkness, the bizarre alien life forms we've seen, what could possibly be the most unsettling thing to find all the way down there?
A plastic bag. That's right, a simple plastic shopping bag. Just lying there on the seabed at the deepest, most remote point on our planet.
This discovery is just a heartbreaking testament to the incredible scale of human pollution. Our garbage has made it to a place that only a few dozen humans have ever visited, a place we thought was pristine, completely untouched by us. And this leaves us with a final, really sobering thought. It's estimated that 90% of all deep-sea species are still completely unknown to science. So, if our trash has already reached the most inaccessible habitats on Earth, what are we destroying? What potential cures? What biological wonders? What fundamental secrets of life are we poisoning before we even know they exist?